So the order configurator that we have is essentially a way to order custom products. Okay. I know there is assembly BOM and then there is production BOM, but those are already set in the system. What we've built is something which is flexible enough to create the parent item and an assembly order or a production BOM based on the setup and the version that the client is using of the order configurator. How it works is from the sales order and from the sales quote, you can start it and it will ask a set of questions. Every question has a set of answers. Every answer has a set of items or resources, links to it, or it can be a GL account too. And based on the selection of the answers, the system will create a new item in the system, and all the selections are added to the item either as a assembly BOM, or it will create an assembly order, or it creates a production order and links them into the components of the production order. So the two options: standard only creates assembly orders. Professional version of the order configurator creates production orders and assembly orders both. Okay, so that's kind of at a very high level of what the order configurator can do. How it works is, so if we go to our Omni configurator here, order configurator. So everything dictates from here. You see subscription information, it is active. Right now, this is probably set to premium. That's why you see production order options here, but you also see assembly order options here, right? And what type of worksheet do you want to use, which means when the configurator loads from a sales quote or a sales order, whether it's a worksheet or a wizard. So generally, we want to always keep it to a worksheet because it's easier and more robust. Page close action. So whenever somebody closes the configurator, what do you want to do? Save the data, like partially created configurator, or do not save data? I generally keep it to do not save data. So when you go to sales order and you say start configurator, it'll either be a worksheet which has a left and right, right? Or it will be a wizard, which means first question you select the answer next, second question select the answer next. The wizard is good if you have 4 questions, but imagine having 10, right? So you're gonna have to select 10 answers, click next, 10 answers, click next, and it'll get painful. So we've come up with worksheet, which is easier and simpler. Now setup, how does it work? In order to set the worksheet or set the questions, answers, and items / resources for each answers, you go to setup. And you see sales configurators and production configurators, all right? Sales configurators are used to create assembly orders. Production configurators are used to create production orders. Those are the two things that it creates. Let's go to sales. And over here, we've got the list. You can have multiple configurators. You don't have to have only one. So you could have a configurator for a computer, a mobile phone, a bicycle, or a car, or whatever, whatever that may be. So let's look at the computer for now and go edit. So within the computer, what are my options? These are all the options that are there in a computer, and these are questions, okay? So it says select package. Do you have labor? Do you have what kind of hard drive you want? How much RAM do you want? What monitor, mouse, and so on, right? Over here, there's a priority column. The priority column dictates the sequence of these questions, okay? When the worksheet loads, it'll essentially sort by that, and the first question would be with the lowest priority. Multiple choice, which means you can choose 2 colors, right? And over here, maximum number of selections. So over here in the color, it says multiple choice, and minimum is 1, maximum is 3. So if you had 20 colors, it won't let you select more than 3. Then instructions, allow manual input, which means the user can enter some text, like any instructions, right? Deliver or whatever, deliver on Sunday or whatever that may be. And that gets printed or put onto the sales order, okay? Then we've got optional. So labor charge is set to optional, which means you don't need to select a response for this. The next one is use as item description, which means whenever the configurator finishes, right? Whenever all the questions have been answered and you click on finish, it takes the response of this line of this question and puts it as the item's description, because otherwise there is no description on the item, correct? So it makes it as an item description. The next one is insert in sales line. So irrespective of what the answer is going to put it below the main item. Like it'll create the item, create the assembly BOM with all the answers, and it will put delivery charges below that item in the sales order though, okay? You will understand when we start doing this. We use this section. Item template code is used to set defaults on an item, right? Like the posting groups, those are set up as default. So you can actually use the item template and see the defaults for that. And we have to go to item templates from here. I don't think we can go from here, but I'll show you the item templates as well. Item tracking code, the item template does not have a tracking code assigned. So that's why we have item tracking code here, which means if you specify an item tracking code here, and every time a new item is created based on the questions and answers, it's going to put that item tracking code on it, which means if you wanted to track computers by serial number, you would select SNO, which means it'll, anytime you do a transaction on the computer, which is the finished product, it's going to ask for a serial number. Okay, I know we know the item tracking, how it works. Next bit, select package. So let's look at the answers. These are all the questions, as I said. These are the answers. But define steps. And now you can see these should not be here. I don't know why they're here. However, these are the 4 things that'll come up when the configurator loads. On the left-hand side, it's going to say select package. And on the right-hand side, it's going to give these options to pick from. Okay. And if you notice, this one is set as default quantity. Default selection, sorry. So that one is going to be always be checked when it loads, but you can change it. Then the minimum default quantity is that, minimum quantity is that, maximum quantity is set to 0 right now, but you could say you cannot order more than 4. And you can also choose allow 0. Okay. Then when the user selects the turbo package, how does it know the item? So in order to know the item, you go configure substeps. And under configure substeps, we just put 001 and say select item and resources. Now here you would select the item. At this point, there is no item linked to this because we are going to build the package, Highline package or Turbo Trendy package based on all the answers. Right? And this is set to use as item description, which means it doesn't have an item attached to it. However, if we go to select HTD, we go to define steps. I don't know where is this coming from. I'm going to clear that off. You go 128, you go configure steps, 001 or 100, and now you can see the item. You see? So when the user gets presented with the worksheet, one of the questions will be select hard drive. On the right-hand side, there will be 4 options, which would be, or 3 options, which would be these 3. 512 would be selected by default, but they can change it and say, I want 1 terabyte. And when they select that, the system will go here and identify the item that needs to go when that option is selected to build the assembly order, because right now we are in the sales configurator, not production. Okay. So let's see how it works. It's a simple process. So let's start the sales order and see how it works. You can trigger this from the quote as well. All right, so new sales order is inserted. Let's go check out the customer here. So we've got customer in the Canon group. And when you get here, you can go here and say sales. You can say production. Production won't show if it is standard, right? This is show configuration to see what was configured for a particular item. So let's see how it looks first, and then I'll explain a little bit more. Now, when I go in, it presents the worksheet because we've set the setting to worksheet. You choose what you're configuring, computer or mobile. So we'll just go with the computer. As soon as you choose computer, it loads all the questions, as you can see, right? Select package, select HDD, and so on, right? And the label comes at the end because the sorting priority. So when I go here, select package, it loads all of these. It should not load those blank ones, but I don't know how they got there. However, when I click on select package, it loads these, and it also puts a default configuration here automatically, right? So everything that is selected is set to default is already selected because you see Highline package was default. I can change it. I can say I want trendy, right? And now you see trendy. It became trendy. Pretty cool, huh? Next, hard drive. It is 512. It says 512. It's the 161 unit cost and total amount. And I will choose 1 terabyte hard drive. So you see it's made at 1 terabyte. Select monitor. So we want 19-inch monitor, keyboard combo. So we go with performance keyboard. And now you see it added that. It wasn't there earlier because there was no default. Instructions. So I can say deliver after 6 p.m., for instance. Phones 604 999 888 87. There we go. Color, we've chosen 3, but minimum 1, so I'll keep it to 1, and let's go with blue. So it'll add $100 to it. See, the blue one got added, and the red is also selected because it's multiple choice, but we don't want red, so we'll take it out, but it got added, $100 got added. We go to delivery charges, we pick express because express is already here, so we'll leave that, and labor. So do you want to add any labor? So we add labor charges to it. Now, after you've done this, if you want to just make a small change and add the same item again with all the selections. So for example, one computer I wanted with 32 gig RAM, the second computer I want exactly the same things, but 16 gig RAM. You can go finish and copy. Okay. If you do not want to duplicate this, you can just go finish. If you want to restart all of this, then you just go reset. Okay. For now, I'm just going to go finish. And when I finish, what it does is it asks me a question. Use existing item and an existing BOM. Create new item with an existing BOM. Use existing item with a new BOM. So I'll just use create new item for now. Okay. Do you want to create an assembly order? You go, yes. You remember we did a sales configurator. That's why it's asking, do you want to create assembly order? And as soon as this finishes, you will see the output of, you see, these are GL accounts that got added here. One of them is delivery. You see this one came at the last. This is a brand new item that got created with the description that we entered. And now you can see there is an assembly order attached to it. The assembly order is reserved for that line, which is showing reserved quantity. Cool. If we wanted to look at the assembly order, you can easily go into it and see all the items that are selected and the labor for Linda, 1 hour. Remember performance keyboard I changed? That came in. The color hasn't shown up here, but the color should actually be a part of, because the color does not have any items attached, the color should have been insert in line. The option should have been insert in line. So it'll insert the color here, right? Good, so far so good. Exactly the same thing what it does is for the production order. It's nothing different. Instead of creating an assembly order, it's just gonna create a production order. So order configurator, production. And now I choose a production. So let's go production order 2. So select type. So this is for bicycle, essentially. Touring bike, sports bike, select tire size. So 22-inch wheels, I want 24-inch. Select type of light, I want LED lamp. And assembly charges. So there is no assembly charges here. You can let the user enter this information if you need, okay? There is an option there, allow manual input. And you click on finish product, finish configuration, use existing item and an existing BOM. So if in the item master, there is an item which has a BOM with all these options that I just chose, it's not going to create a new one. It's just going to reuse the existing one. Okay. Second option, create new item with the existing BOM. So it'll create a brand new item and it'll use this BOM, existing BOM. Third option is use an existing item, which is already an item in the system, and it'll create this as a new BOM. Those are the 3 options. For now, generally, it is always set to create new item from what I have seen, but let's just go with this. So when I do on finish, it essentially is creating a new item. You can see that. And it will also create the production order in the background. It'll create release production order has been created. And I don't think we have any options here which were set to insert in line. But you can see the reserved quantity here. It's set to 1, which means it has something attached to it. So let's go look at it. It says its item number is B00063, location is blue, reservation is coming from a release production order, right? So we can go and look at the release production order. So the production order was created, new item has been added, sports has been added. Remember the type that I chose, the bike type, that's what it is. And over here, we should be able to see the components that we chose. So you see the item number, 24-inch wheel variant code, and LED lamp. Good. That's the functionality.